I lost my mind after my big chop and started to do things that I know don't work on my hair. Hello everyone, Kayla here, and this is What the Kink, a natural hair channel where I learned my lesson. Okay, so let me get into the first thing that I thought that I could magically do when I big chopped my hair. I thought that I could magically start using some of these softer combos on the hair. So I think some of the things I was trying was like a foam and then a topper gel. So like no hard hold gel in between, just straight from foam to topper. Now, Elaine did do a foam based combo on my hair when I got my hair done at the salon, but here's the deal. The foam that she used was the Miche gel to foam gel, gel to foam. I feel weird saying the name of the product and saying what it is. Anyway, she used that. I've used that in the past. It does have a pretty decent level of hold on it compared to some of these other foams on the market. And then she did that. I feel like also she used a very generous amount of it. And then she was further reinforcing the curls by really getting in there and doing that and doing finger coils. So it wasn't really like a regular wash and go. So I think that's why it worked from the salon. And I was like, oh, well, I got other foams and I tried to do it at home and girl, no, it was not working out. And then another thing I tried to do was like I had a curl cream that was just sitting around. I was like, well, if I put the curl cream and then like top it with a gel, like a topper or something like that, I can do that as well. Tried that again. Didn't really have a lot of hold. My hair was just really kind of just frizzy and puffy, which is fine. Thank goodness the afro was a hairstyle. That's really the only thing that was saving me in these early days. Thank goodness the afro is a hairstyle and my hair had freshly been cut into something that had a shape. So I could go outside and it looks like I was trying to do something. Thank goodness for that. Also, I will add that some of these combos that I was trying were leaving like this white cast film on my hair as well, especially like creams and stuff like that. They're more likely to leave that. I have learned how to dry my hair in a way that works best with the short hair. What happens is my hair dries really quickly on the top and then it's still wet underneath. And so I was trying to get the hair all the way dry, and it usually makes the hair casty and crispy and have like a little white cast over it, and it may flake off and stuff like that depending on what I've used. And especially if I've used these combos that I was trying out, those tend to do that more than others. I will say stay tuned because I do have a tip for that I will be filming a video on very shortly. Now, I also was influenced by a lot of the videos that are out there for styling short hair. So I decided to try to do comb styling because if you look up videos for styling short natural hair, most of them, first of all, most of them are old. Most of them are old. But second of all, a lot of them are the person like doing some sort of comb or brush or something like that to define their curls. So I said, well, my hair is short now. Let me try it. So I was trying it out, and my hair, before I cut my hair, never really responded well to tools. I would get comments every now and then. Someone's like, well, try a dim and blah, blah, blah. And I was like, girl, no, because that does not work on my hair. It makes my hair frizzy. The very ends will be curled, but all that in between the ends and the roots, frizzy. So comb styling does not really work that great on my hair. So I tried comb styling in the beginning where I was just combing through. And also without the knowledge that I have now. Like if I'm going to comb style my hair, I have to use a generous amount of product so that definition is not lost when I run the comb through. And then after that, I need to do steps afterwards to further smooth the hair or reinforce it back out, or it's going to be just frizzy. I didn't know that though. I was just trying to just comb it through like I saw like people in the YouTube videos, and girl, no, it was not working. Also, something I saw a lot of online, especially if the people had much shorter hair that maybe it's not long enough to do that, is stuff that was kind of more so over the men's side. They are doing the most on the men's side, y'all. The men are doing the most. But there was a lot of like techniques that involved like using the little sponge or using other tools, brushes and things to do this kind of motion. I tried that and it does nothing on my hair. It just like brings the hair up and makes it frizzy. Like that's literally all it does. It doesn't actually define any type of curls at all. So these are the breakthrough moments that I had. Okay, so first thing I needed to realize was that yes, my hair is much shorter. miles and miles shorter than what it was before, but it is still really thick. My goodness, my hair is still very thick. Y'all, I don't think I shared this, but when Elaine was coloring my hair, she mixed it up and used one tube of color. I got my hair colored professionally because someone was asking me what color it is. Girl, I don't know. It was done professionally. So she mixed it up, right? And she did my hair. And then she ran out of color. Y'all, why it was from here to here that she had colored and none of this had color. I couldn't even see any part of the hair had been colored at all at this part. And she had to go and she was like, oh, thank goodness I bought extra. She had to go and make more, a whole nother one, and it took a whole second one for her to be able to color the front of my hair. So my hair is still thick, still eats up product, and still requires a healthy amount of product to be fully saturated. So that is the first thing that I had to get through my head, is that I still need to apply that product. Okay. I immediately, the wash day that I was like, F it, let's throw the product on, I immediately had a much better success. And then the second thing I had to get through my head is the combos that worked, ED, are the combos that work. No ED, okay? Current. I had to go and put those on to get the success. So what I did was I pulled out the combo that I know ate down on my long hair. And so that is the Ouidad foam or the pattern hair milk, or and the Imba Naturals Heavy Hold Base and the Imba Naturals Original Topper. That combo I know worked on my hair in the past, and I knew that it was going to work on my current hair. So again, generous with the product, put that on, and like the first wash day, I was like, oh gosh, I see the vision. I see it now, okay. Because y'all, there was a slight moment where I was feeling like, and this was maybe like a month or so in, that maybe I made a mistake. Maybe I made a mistake in cutting my hair because the vision is not coming out how I thought, right? And the reason why all I had was the vision. I was doing my hair off of faith because I've never had hair this short before, right? I had shorter hair, but it was hair that if it were to be blow dried and flat iron would have been shoulder length hair. So curly, air quotes curly, I'll get on that. It was here. I had like a decent size fro. I didn't have super short hair. And when I had shorter hair though, I didn't wear wash and goes. I didn't think that I could achieve them. I would do a wash and fro and be like, I guess that's the best that I can get. So I wanted to be able to do wash and go styling because that's primarily how I styled my long hair. And I was like, well, since I know how to do that now, I should be able to do it on the short hair. But when I was having these fail after fail after fail, I had a brief moment where I was like, maybe I shouldn't have cut my hair because I don't know what I'm doing and I can't get it to be styled the way that I want it to be styled. And I think what kind of lit the flame under this panic moment was the bob. Okay, I had a bob in 2009. I'd always had armpit length hair. I cut my hair to a bob, honey. And the thing is, I do not have the proper skills to blow dry and flat iron and get a smooth result. You can do a crappy blow dry and flat iron on long hair and kind of get away with it. On short hair, no, it doesn't. It does not look good. And then I didn't know how to translate a lot of the heat free styles that I know how to do onto the short hair. So here I was in the country because I went to Tuskegee University with no money because my mom does not believe in college students having too much money. She thinks that you get in trouble if you have too much money. And I was, like, I didn't have access to go to the salon because I would go to the salon when I went home. So I didn't have these skills, and here I am with this bob. And I was like, oh my God, like I made a mistake. Like I can't style it. I don't know. And there was one traumatic experience where my mom styled my hair and tore all types of hair coming out at the root and stuff. And she's like, you got thick hair, it's all right. Ma'am, you just took my hair out. And it did not look cute. My mom's not a hair girly. She can't really do hair. So it was like bumped under too hard, still puffy. It was just not good. So I think having that previous bob experience made me go, oh my God, maybe I shouldn't have cut my hair, right? I felt like it was important to share this regret moment with you guys in case you've ever experienced this, but then also to show you that it does get better. I did learn what the heck that I was supposed to do by just going back to what I knew worked. I didn't magically get new hair when I cut my hair off. It's the same hair. So you need to do the same things that were working before. I'm really talking to myself, okay? Listen, guys, I'm going to put up some videos over here for you to check out. Check that out. If you enjoy my content and you want to see stuff that is beyond hair content, or you want to see a little sneak peek into the behind the scenes, join my channel membership. I have one of those. The information is down below. And I will talk to you in the next one.